What's going on, guys? Kai here. Time for my summoning and testing for the new Chestnut Rose SP. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so first really quickly go over what she brings to the table, then we will talk about the actual testing. So remember that the Echo is giving us 4% max HP, which can convert into some damage if we're doing something like Gladiator, or even from how her active skill works. We also get the 10% more in PvE. That's really big with Fire Echo specifically because of how Winter Cherry works. Every PvE is Fire Week because Winter Cherry exists. Then the AoE is getting 140% damage increase, but it's guaranteed crit, so it's more than that. Because remember, the Echo gives you 50% crit damage. At base, it's plus 50% for regular crit. This is going to be another 50% plus whatever you have on your character. That's not 50% more of 500%. It's in total everything calculated plus 50%. Not the final number. It's hard to explain. But it doesn't end up being add everything up plus 50. It's whatever the crit number is times the full crit damage percentage. Then what does she bring to the table? Basic, doesn't do anything special. She has high tenacity, high HP, with a little bit of crit that comes in nice because of being Fire Echo. Passive, when you swap to her, you get Scarlet Shielded Wing for 9 seconds, which is very huge because there will be a lot of particularities, because as we see right here, 30-second cooldown, so a third of the time you will have Scarlet Wings activated. When Master receives healing, including HP Steal, increase max HP by 3% of the healing received. Obtained HP will expire when the effect ends. It scales all the way up to 24% of healing done. So you want to do a big hit. The best abilities we have is something like Punitive Chop or Spear Drop from Dragon Knight. Then we have the active. Continuously releases sword energy, dealing AoE damage. Consumes 30% of your max HP. If you're under 30%, it goes until you have 10% left. So if you use it at 10%, then it doesn't consume anything. But you want it to consume as much as possible because everything is calculated based on this number. Gives you Rose Wish for 6 seconds. Obtain a shield equal to 30% of max HP. Regardless of how much it eats of your HP, it'll give you a 30% max HP shield. Restores 3% of lost HP per second. And obtain attack equal to 3% of current HP. So if you're low HP, this attack isn't very high. Most of these effects, such as Gladiator, Gardenia passive, or Super Strength, are all based on max HP. This is current HP, so you want to be at high HP. As we see, level 2, it's the same effect 6 seconds after, for 6 seconds. So the fairies have 30-second cooldowns. So you're having the effect for 6 seconds, and then the effect again for 6 seconds, as far as the attack bonus. So 12 out of the 30 seconds you have it up. At level 5, healing plus 30% for 6 seconds. And the shield lasts for 12 seconds. At level 8, 10% pierce rate, and HP steal rate healing plus 30% for 6 seconds. Now let's get into the summoning and the testing. So out of the box, the main things I think about when I read her kit was she's going to work really well with Ixoria. It'll give a little bit less attack because Ixoria will also eat some HP. But where's she at? Ixoria herself is going to give a bunch of attack. But if you're a class that heals, such as Gladiator, all the healing that you're getting is going to be very, very big. As far as if you just want to heal more, Dahlia is going to be a great option as well. Just for the actual healing. It's so funny that fire is becoming almost as good of healing as water while also dealing the high amount of damage. The big thing you're missing out of the water is the protection rate, which is a big boon, as well as all the defensive stats that comes from the water echo and the water fairies, what they do, the anti-death, the blue rose and things like that. But in most of our PvP, you're able to do both. You can actually swap between them. So what's actually going to be a big deal in any of the PvP modes where you can swap fairy teams, Chestnut Rose and either Ixoria or Dahlia. Either two options. One, Chestnut, Scarlet Wish, Chestnut Rose, and Ixoria will be more damage focused, whereas Chestnut Rose and Dahlia will be more healing and defensive focused. And then you swap to them, do their thing, and then you can swap to water. And primarily you're swapping to water for Gardenia's passive, which gives you attack based on HP, which you already gave yourself a bunch of HP with the previous passives and Chestnut Rose's active. So you're getting HP to attack, and if you're Gladiator, HP to attack, as well as a shield, and you heal over time. Well, when you swap to water's passive, echo passive, is additional healing from all sources. So you will heal more than you lost, but also get that massive shield from Chestnut Rose, and her damage is nothing to scoff at. Blue Rose is really the only other huge one to talk about here. If you're at high HP, deal more damage. If you're low HP, take less damage. Very, very important with your swap. And Ikoria stopping the can stop a death on you. So I think fire and water, we're kind of evolving into this point where you're kind of wanting to build two teams. And I think for the tanky damage dealers, especially tank focused, you want water as your main, but you also want fire as a secondary at this point. Now let's test her out. Let's go to Leisure, Dummy, Summon, and then let's check out her basic. Boom. That was the fire passive. Take a closer look. Does a wind up and then shoots it forward. Let's see from a little bit further away. Okay. And that red circle that was next to me is the fire passive. Okay. Oh, summon. Let's do a ranged attack. Alright, that's nice. Okay, so that swipe, the pink swipe right there is Anathria, and the red little circle is Chestnut Rose's, and she's a ranged attacker. That's important to note for when you're doing things like priest swaps, attacks and such. Alright. And then also when you're doing Fairy Garden, she can be a middle person. So let's summon, and check out the skill. I want to see how fast it is, and the best way to do it, do some basics, wait for a basic to launch. Oh, sorry. That's the wrong one. Alright, let's do our testing. We got her out. Bam. Well, never mind. I want to have it on the priest weapon so I can check the range of it. Our best way to test ranges. Alright. Summon dummy. Target it. Do a basic. Okay. She shoots a little red line that's really hard to see and little roses around it. Okay. And then I'm going to check her skill. Boom. Really slow. Really slow. She jumps up, does a little cartwheel in the air, and then tosses the sword into the ground. But I did lose the 30%, but it healed all back up, as we'll see. And then the only other check I want to do is I want to swap to this team, hit both of these fairies, and do an attack and see what my HP looks like. Okay. Boom. Ooh, 1.2 million on the first hit. Okay, that's it. Check log. Okay, I'm going to fast forward and check out the numbers. Okay, highest damage was 1.3. 86% of this was her, and then Ixoria did a basic in there somewhere. So in total, we're looking at 1.6 million. And this is just the skill, and she's level 200 at 15 stars with no added bonuses. So swap. We have Scarlet Wing and Fire Elemental ready. Holy Spirit Shield. That's one of my guild things. Swap to her. Summon Ixoria and man, 2.4 million on the initial hit. Just on the sword drop, 2.4 million damage. Sorry, 2.4 in total. The highest one part is the 672k. Ixoria did most of the damage with her power up, but I got a big attack boost from it. Now let's check out what happens when I do this. Alright, so target the boss, use both of them. When it hits, check my attack. 1822, 1852, 152. So that is 1.5 million jumped to 1.85 million. So we had 350k extra attack just from that swap, and that's as priest without doing anything else. That's going to be way bigger if we do Gladiator with its conversion, as well as if we immediately swap during that 9 seconds to water with Gardenia. So as far as, like I said, what classes is she going to work well with? She's going to do very well with either Gladiator or Dragon Knight primarily. And I don't really want this to be your focused element. I want you to be focused on water and use this as a supplementary one. If you want to do more of a damage thing, like Dragon Knight could focus on fire, Gladiator can as well, but I suggest they stick to water. I do like the nice damage aspects to our tanky classes. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.